Like most gentlemen of culture, I like anime, and I also like virtual reality. So naturally, you think that pairing the two would be amazing, right? Okay, well, just ignore Sword Art Online for a second before you answer that. Because I played some other anime-esque VR games, and they are in fact the kitty's titties. But then there's this game, Soul Covenant. Now mind you, being a VR YouTuber, I sometimes come across devs looking to advertise their game by offering keys. So when I saw an anime action RPG VR game being advertised on the VR content creators Discord, I said, I'll take one of those off your hands. So full disclosure, like most VR YouTubers who beg for money in one way or the other, I'm a total sellout. Now that we're done with the formalities though, get ready because I'm about to shit all over this game pretty hard. This game is nowhere near the $40 sale tag, much less the $50 full price. Hell, I got it for free and I missed the person I was before playing this game. You might have got a sense of how jank and bad it was from just the clips I played, but let me indulge you a little further. I've watched a bunch of anime, and some of them have the most convoluted ass plots I've ever seen in media ever. But oftentimes with those, I get this sort of compulsion to watch, like I'm so confused but I just want to let the writers cook. And that's probably the only thing that really kept me going through this game, if you could even call it one. So basically, too long didn't play. ChatGPT decided it wanted to be God and kill all the humans off because of course it would.
The mech regime turned Tokyo into rubble. The central AI Adam was originally created to find true world peace. That's when he began thinking of himself a proxy of God.
So it builds all these living weapons called Deus Ex Machina. They look like the figures standing in my room when I get sleep paralysis.
In many cases, they turn into godlike beings as a result of learning what humans potentially fear.
Then the last bastion of humanity is in Tokyo, because it's always the Japanese.
公暦2010年8月10日、新生ブリタニア帝国は日本に宣戦布告した。
And you, the player, are basically clones of an already dead soldiers, where every time you die, you just spin up another clone.
You are an avatar, a clone. You will be given memories of the dead.
But that's just the kiddie pool of the plot. It gets progressively more crazy as you work your way through the tutorial in the beginning levels.
The harsh experiences ahead will rid you of any thought of crying.
Like for instance, your weapon is made of the bones of your fallen comrades in war. The one that you are now getting a pre-recorded tutorial from in the event of their death.
You'll be given a weapon made from my bones. I left that as part of my will.
I kinda thought I was getting straight up trolled because they called these weapons scapegoat, but I eventually realized that they meant it in the sense of that their death can let others go free or something.
Now, take hold. Grab my spine.
Oh, by the way, it also turns into the scythe, because why the fuck not? Set the left hand on the... Oh, okay. What? You can make it into a scythe? Holy shit. Okay, I'll admit, some of the graphics did look pretty cool. I kind of felt like a cyber necromancer. But unfortunately, that wears thin when the combat is just wee waggle with no depth at all in one small little arena area. It did have this mechanic where you could suck the AI bot's souls and force them to twerk or some shit. I don't know what they're even doing here. And then once you get enough soul energy, you can do a typical anime blast.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
There are some AI friendlies, but the AI is just as bad as the mobs. Anyway, the tutorial goes on so long, I start questioning if I'm still in it or if this is just the story and how the game is, but eventually I do get to a boss.
We can't let it invade. The remastering will begin.
Apparently ChatGPT decided to take the body parts of the person whose bones make up your weapon to make some sort of robot chimera to make you lose your sanity by thinking maybe a part of them was still alive. And it does look all cool and epic. I was starting to get into the story a tad. But that's really all there is. The devs made such a focus on storytelling, the gameplay just lacks altogether, and it makes it super hard to really want to push on through it. The devs even replied to the negative reviews stating, "The intention of the developers was to craft a unique narrative experience of humanity, fighting against the machines, and, along with the battle fun, a tremendous effort was put into that direction, story, music, voice acting." So I get the feeling that if you could describe this game as anything, I would maybe call it like a VR visual novel long before calling it an RPG, even though it kind of contains those aspects a little bit. I could maybe see the most hardcorest of weebs possibly liking this for the story aspect, but not even at its current price, really. I feel like the only reason this is at 78% positive is because it's probably half dev reviews and the other half being people that need to go to horny jail over Eve. And I guess from here on, you just kind of keep doing small waves of enemies, finding new dead comrades to steal their bones and get drip-fed more story. Unfortunately though, the story's not even really animated out, it's just giant 2D images with text. So after about an hour and a half of playing, the gameplay made me so bored to the point that I thought, if I'm gonna be in VR and just watch a story flat, I might as well just go watch some peak anime in VRchat instead.
What the fuck? That was a laser gun?
Oh, and speaking of social experiences, this game has multiplayer too somehow. Why? I'll probably never know, as I can't see myself giving this another shot, honestly. Usually in my reviews, I tend to leave it open-ended and let you see the game through the lens of my experience and my thoughts so you can make your own opinion. But this time, it's gonna be a hard pass unless you really want to play it for the cringe. But try to get it for free 99 like I did if you really want. Anyway, that's it. Peace, love, and waifus.